Okay, so today we are going to go through a project using Asana. And we're starting off with a very simple project. And the project is that we are planning a birthday party for a 16-year-old. So it's the Sweet 16. And the theme of the party will be it will be set in a garden, and it'll be a flower and balloon kind of sweets enchantment um birthday party. Okay. And so um the plan is that we will meet with, and the stakeholders or the sponsors are of course the parents. um of course the child or this of the celebrant being the one of the main stakeholders. So that's the background or the overview of the birthday. Now, I do want to use this time to show you what Asana looks like. So this is Asana. This is the main homepage. This is my homepage. This is what it looks like. It's showing you your different tasks. It's showing you the projects that you have going on. If there's a project portfolio is a collection of projects. So if you have different projects is showing and you've set it all together, it'll turn into a portfolio. So that's why it's asking me to create a portfolio. And then we have, if I have any goals in for my team, I'll put it in there. Anything that I've assigned to anyone is also down there. If you have any collaborators, it'll be here. And then if I've completed any tasks, so this is showing my week. It could also show your month as well. Same, because I haven't really done anything in here. And then here is showing you all the different tasks that you have. And then if you have anything in your inbox, it's going to show you in here. Now, also has like a reporting feature. If you want to start creating reports, you do that from here. And then here's your portfolios as well. If you have any goals, you can put them in here. Okay, so that's that. And then all your different projects. So since we want to start a new, and then, oh yeah, one more thing. This is for your team, right? If you're in a company, this would be like the team workspace. So we'll go back to project. You can click on the project and it will just give you the options if you want a new portfolio, if you want to browse your projects, or a new one. Also, you can click the plus sign and it'll also give you that option. So whichever one you choose. So now if you want to use like a completely blank project template, that it's available here. If you want a template from their library, also here. And then if you want to import from another tool like Google Sheets or Smart Sheets or anything like that, you could do that here as well. And so what do we want to do? Let's see what they have here. Okay, so this is completely blank, right? But let's also take a look at the templates. So they have different things, like you can have it in the list format, you can have it in a timeline format like this, you can have it, the list format, which is what I typically like using. Also a board, right? A board, what does that remind you of? The Kanban board. This is something similar. And then like a one-on-one meeting agenda template as well. So since we want to go the simple route, at least for me, I'm going with the list. So this is the template. And you see they also have a dashboard that will show you what's been completed, what's incomplete, what's coming up. So cool. Okay, so what do? We name the project Sweet 16 birthday party. Let's keep it simple. Birthday party. Okay. And then, let's see. We'll leave it in the workspace. It's fine, but you have the option to make it just private. Create. All right. So what we can do here is go ahead and change the name. So we'll start first with initiation. And then we'll come here, change that to planning. And then execution. And then closing. All right, wonderful. Okay, and you can add as many sections as you, excuse me, you prefer. Also, if you're tired of the list, you can always go to board, right? And you can always go to a timeline. Oh, it says this might take a while. Okay. Oh, well, there we go. And then you could also do it in a calendar format. Several others like a workflow, a dashboard, all of that. When we finish, we'll set it to dashboard to see what that looks like as well. Okay. All right. So now we have the bare bones of our project plan. Now, what we are going to do is to go back and create a project charter. We're going to meet with the sponsors, in this case, the parents of the celebrants, and then we will start working on the project. All right, so let me share my screen. Okay, wonderful. All right, I'm being extra careful to make sure that I'm sharing the right screen, because the other time I filmed about 20 minutes and realized it was not the correct one. Okay. All right, so Sweet 16, we're making a copy. Sweet 16 birthday project template. All right, we'll save it in the drive. Okay. All right, so now I'll go ahead. Sweet 16 birthday party project charter. There you go. And we'll repeat the same thing here. Sweet 16 birthday party. Who are the executive sponsors? We'll just keep it simple. Parents of the celebrant. Okay? And what is the purpose? The purpose is basically to celebrate her 16th birthday party. Okay? The objectives. Okay, so we want to create an unforgettable unforgettable 16th birthday party for the celebrant and her friends. And what do we want to do? We want to execute a successful event within the time and the budget. To execute a successful event within the budget and time. Oh, let's add one more thing. Not only a successful event within the time and budget, but a safe, successful event. To execute a safe and successful event. That's very important. We want to make sure that everyone comes and leaves safely. Okay? So these are the two main things we're going for. Excuse me. So now what are the deliverables, right? we're assuming we've had this we're having a meeting with the parents. So I have to just go off and act like I'm the parents as well. So what do we want? The party should be in a garden. So one of the deliverables would be a garden venue, which will really be the celebrant's parents' backyard. They have a huge garden in their backyard. So we'll use that. Okay. So garden venue, and they want the theme to be flowers and balloons with flowers. Okay, garden venue well decorated with flowers. Wait, let me think about this properly. Garden venue with a flower and balloon themed decor. Okay. Garden venue with a flower and balloon themed decor. Okay. What else do they want? They want food trucks, they want an ice cream truck, they want games, and they want some music, right? They also want a photo booth. Okay. So one of the deliverables would be food trucks, ice cream trucks, photo booth. What else did we say? We said food, we said ice cream, we said photo booth, games, and music. Okay, that's fair enough. They want some sort of safety measure, so some form of security. So, safety plan or safety measures, right? Safety measures during the party. Safety measures in place during the party. Okay. They also want invitations to be sent out to the guests, and for the RSVPs to be tracked. So, but it has to be electronic. So, invitations to be sent out electronically, and for the RSVPs to be tracked. Okay, this is enough. I think we have an idea. So the party is going to be in a garden, with balloons and flowers themed decor. There's going to be a food truck. There's going to be an ice cream truck. There's going to be a photo booth. There's going to be games and music. That's solid. We want it to be safe. So there's going to be some form of safety measure in place. Wonderful. And then there's going to be invitations. That's also great. the parents have a budget, and so they want everything to be tracked properly, and clear, transparent, financial tracking. So clear and transparent financial tracking, which means that we have to have a document that they're able to see all the cost and everything that's has to deal with the finances. Okay, that's great. So the next thing is the milestones. We have to work on the milestones. We have to determine what the milestones will look like. So number one, we already have the venue, which is the main thing. So the next thing is, boom, decorations. So we have to book an event stylist. For decorations. Okay. Now we need to book the food truck, the game, and the music will buy the games. So the music, the ice cream truck, the photo booth, all of that has to be booked. So book food, ice cream trucks, photo booth, and music. Okay, that's great. We already have the location. We have the event stylist for the decorations. We have to determine which electronic invitation vendor to use or platform, because a host of them. Okay, so invitation should be one huge milestone. Invitation should be sent out and RSVPs consistently tracked. Okay, so event setup and the rest of the logistics confirmed. And then event day, event day, and that's it. Okay, that's great. Now the project team. I am, of course, the project manager. Coordinate all party logistics. Okay. Now, who else? In this case, the vendors, right? We'll keep it broad. So vendors, they are the subject matter experts in this case. So we call them the SMEs. All right. So they will deliver all their how do I put this? Most of the food, all the allocated work or task. Okay. And then who else? Safety. Okay, so safety is also going to be, because we would have to hire a security person. And then also we have to get some um one thing that we need to determine if there's going to be a pool. Okay, we're not going to add that extra layer because we'd have to get a lifeguard, all of that. So we'll take out a pool. Would have been fun, but no. Uh, okay, so we have the vendors. Um, that's done, and security will be inclusive of that. Um, what else? Mm, 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 mm. Who else should be in the project team? All the vendors. Let me put it here just so it's explicit. Decor, food, photo, music. What else? Ice cream. So the core person will bring their the setup person, whoever's going to set up and make sure that everything the decor is like awesome, the seats, everything. They will rent out all that needs to be rented out. So we'd have to have a meeting with this person to determine all of that. Oh, cake. How could we forget cake? Gosh. Cake. All right, yes. What's a birthday party without a cake? Okay, great. Um, Here I am going to need a project coordinator. So let's say, what name are we going to use for this project coordinator who will be so helpful? Um, hmm, Chloe, Chloe M. Okay, so Chloe, project coordinator, will be so valuable. Assist with all party logistics. Okay, and then um I think that'll be it for um for the project team. It's going to be a lean project team. Um on our side because it's just the project manager and the project coordinator. However, on the broader project team, you have all these vendors who have to work together to make sure that like the cake person needs to work with the decor person to make sure event stylist to make sure that they would have a table for the cake and all the sweets and goodies. The food person also has to work with the event stylist to make sure they have a what was the name of these items? They have all the plates and everything for the food. Same with photo. They would need to be told where to set up their photo booth. Same with music and all of that. So everyone, there has to be a lot of cross collaboration, cross functional collaboration here. And so that's that. And then, so let's go to the high level project risk. So we're just starting out the planning. What do we think is a risk? A party is outside, although it's going to be the summertime and it's California, it's a possibility of rain. You can never rule that out. So, um, possibility of weather, right? Weather. That's always one. Um, Possibility of weather. Um, and then you have weather related, let's just say weather related issues. Keep it broad. Um, and then it could be too hot. It could rain. There's all of that. And then let's see what else could be a risk for budget? Because we don't know how much each one of these vendors are going to charge yet. Budget constraints, possible. And then how available the vendors are, because it's summer. It's a lot of parties going on. So availability of vendors. And then for now, I think, let's see what else. I think that should be it. Now, what would be a successful party? Everything going as it should, right? All the vendors delivering their services as agreed, right? As agreed upon. And then also that's if all the vendors agree, the weather cooperates, perfect weather conditions, and then all the attendees RSVP and arrive in a timely manner, right? So we want to make sure that all the people that the celebrant wants to be at her party will actually be there. Because what's a party without the celebrant's friends and family, right? So that's the executive sponsor, of course, the parents of the celebrant, and then me, the project manager. So we'll sign off. We'll make sure that the celebrant not the celebrant, the parents sign off on it. We're in the same we're on the same page. And then I also sign, and now we're good to go. So then now the first thing that we have to do is to find the vendors who is in their area, in their city, who's available, who's the best, right? Okay, so now let's go back to our Asana page. Okay. All right. So number one, we have to do some research. And here, I'll assign this to the project coordinator to research the best food trucks, best okay, so research. Oh, what just happened? Okay. Research the best food truck, ice cream truck, food trucks, because it's going to be a couple of them. They want some burgers, they want tacos, they want a Thai food, Thai food, and then of course the ice cream truck. So research the best Thai burgers and taco trucks. All right. So what you can do here, oh gosh, what you can do here is open it up. So when you go into details, it'll pull up everything, right? And then you can just go ahead, research vendors. So what I'll do is we keep it simple here, and then in the description we can add everything. So research the best vendors in the city. Okay. Assigning it to the project. So just name her Chloe. Yeah, that was her name. Chloe. What I'll do is I first have to, I'll go back, I'll create an email for her. A fake email, of course, but okay, so right. Okay, so research the best vendors in the city. And this is the core stylist. Okay, the course. So all in all, we have 6 weeks. So we have to be cognizant of that. The core stylist, best food trucks, ice cream truck, music DJ, what other vendor are we using again? Security, food, decor, cake. Oh, cake. Oh, we left out one thing. Drinks. Drinks. Okay, so drinks, but we'll keep the drinks simple. We're just going to grab some drinks from Costco. So we don't need to add them to the vendor list. So research the best vendors for the booth. All right. Due date. So today's the 29th. It's Easter weekend, so we'll give some time. Yes, because we have to be cognizant of the time. Okay, so let's see. Chloe@gmail.com. Let's just say. Let's see. I don't want to, if there's actually a Chloe@gmail.com, I don't want this person. Okay. So let's all agree, because Asana doesn't want me to do this. So priority is high. The progress, let's say she's starting to work on it. Chloe's starting to work on it now. So that's great. Now, before that, what we have to do is also determine the things that we have to do. So we will be getting the drinks, or let's see. we can ask all of these burger and so they we'll ask them to bring their drinks. You know, Thai, there's like Thai iced tea, all that good stuff. Tacos, they also make horchatas and things like that. So um ask them to include drinks. All right. So wonderful. Okay, so this is one task that's ready to go, right? It's in progress. And we are good to go for that. Now, as she's doing the research, now what we have to do as well, we've already defined what the scope is, the objectives, the deliverables. Now, Chloe is researching. Now we have to develop the timeline. We have to make sure that everyone can fit in this timeline. So we develop all of this like great stuff. Okay, so now develop, as I am also developing the project plan or timeline, whichever one works. Okay. Okay. And also starting to that's Tuesday day. All right. Okay. Okay. Great. Now I'm also researching on the invitations. Research invitations. Okay, this is me. All has to be done by Wednesday. Okay, it's very high priority. All right. Okay, so now Chloe comes back to us with me. And then also, I have to develop a budget. So not only the timeline, but also the budget. Let's say the parents are willing to spend $10,000 on the birthday. So development and budget. So we need to make sure that we're staying in that budget, not going over it. Okay. Okay, so now you have to develop a safety plan as well. So let's add this here. Apart from security, we need to make sure that the garden is not overcrowded. 50 people in the garden. We didn't add it in the charter, but the party is for 50 people. So Wednesday is really like the kickoff date, right? By Wednesday, would have reached out to all of them. Okay, so we move on to now the planning. Right? Okay. So now we are going to go ahead and reach out to the first two best vendors. So reach out to selected vendors. So selected vendors outreach. Okay. Chloe will do that on Wednesday because we'll have a meeting on Wednesday. So first, you know what? Let me do this first. And let me open this up. That's dependent. So we'll add a dependency right here is research. Where is, yes, is dependent on that, right? So we're waiting. Reach out to them, reach out about dates, date, time, because they could be available on that day, but might not be available at that time. Time and the needs, basically requirements and needs. Okay. Before that, we are moving this. Why is it not allowing me to? Okay, no. So I know I should be able to move this. Yes, there we go. So if you want to move a task above or below another task, all you have to do is just move it right here, and then you have it. So what I want to do is meet with Chloe. Meeting is to discuss vendors and select. Okay, so that's what we'll do. And the dependency here really is the research. Okay. Great. It also has to be waiting because we're waiting. Okay, I'm adding a task here. So I researched the invitation. Select top three invitations for celebrants and parents approval. So these are the stakeholders, right? Approval. Okay. Okay. This is me. I want to be able to do this by Tuesday. So it's not a blocker. No dependency really is high. Not started. Us provide stakeholders with invitation options to pick from. Okay. Additionally, have them show me cake inspiration, since we even forgot to add that. Provide cake inspiration. Stakeholders to provide cake inspiration. Okay. All right. So that's what we'll do in that meeting on the 2nd. All right. Okay, so we'll move this up since it's on Tuesday. And then this is high priority. Okay. So now the celebrant has picked their favorite invitation. So go ahead. We know the date, we know the location, we know the theme. So we're just going to go ahead and send out the invitations. Okay. So prepare and send out invitations, right? Chloe will do this, and the due date for that is, so we had the meeting with them on the 2nd. Shouldn't take us more than 2 days to do this. Send it out on the 4th. Okay. I'll have some meetings in there with Chloe just to make sure most of these tasks here are super important because it's setting the foundation for the project, right? So we'll also, in this meeting, we also have to stakeholder to provide a list of party invitees. Of party guests. So the list will include their email addresses since it's an electronic one. Email address is included. All right. You have to add one more S. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, right. What's in there? So Chloe will do this. She'll do this as well. And then all this while, at this point, we have sent out the invitations. So Chloe will also be checking on the on the RSVPs because we need to be tracking those. So now we're going to have a kickoff with the vendors that we have picked. We're assuming, the assumption here, not really an assumption, but for this project's purpose, we're saying that all the vendors that we selected and reached out to said yes to us. They were available at the time that we need them for. And so we're going to have a project kickoff. So project kickoff meeting with selected vendors. Okay. So Chloe and I will be in this meeting with them. And then this is the date. So okay, so Friday we meet with all of them. Right? What is it? Just so here we are meeting with them to tell them the theme of the party, review the following party details. Basically everything about the party, right? Menu, food menu, location, time, date, food and drinks menu. We'll put that in here. Drinks menu. The theme. What else? And basically give them an overview of the full party. Right? Okay. So, and after this meeting, and then next steps or action items for them is to provide us with a budget. A day they can, for the decor stylist or the event stylist, we need to find out when they can come and take a look at the location in order to be able to come up with a design for us. So decor stylist to determine what dates to tour the venue. Okay, with me. All right. Present budgets. Each vendor to present budget. Okay. All right. What else? The cake. The stakeholders, since they've not had cake from this particular vendor, stakeholders to do a cake tasting instead with the bakery cake stylist, whatever they to be called. Okay, so now everything is in motion. We're giving them a week to provide us with the budgets. So we have this birthday on the 5th. Vendors to present budgets. Okay. These are from the vendors, and then due date from the 5th to the 12th. Okay. All vendors to present budgets. And all of this, as a project manager or coordinator, halfway through the week, you should check in to see, how's the, if they haven't submitted it, you can check in to see how's it going. Do you need any details from us to be able to determine if, determine more details or something, something of that nature. You just want to check in with them to make sure that they have your project as a priority, as you have it as a priority, right? So I'll add a subtask, and this subtask is follow up midway into the week, during the week, with the vendors. Okay. Right. So you see here, we have this subtask. So anytime you see this sign you know that there's a subtask and you should pay attention to it because there's more. All right, so there you go, you could see it. And so now they present the budgets. Now I have to comb through. This is not the work of the project coordinator, but I can also definitely send ask her to sit in with me to see how it's done. So take a look at the budgets, play around with the numbers. Budget and vendor invoice review. Right, you need to make sure that it fits into the budget or real. Okay. And so they returned all the budgets on the 12th, or their invoices on the 12th. By this date. Okay. So the goal here is really to ensure that the invoices, the vendor invoices, fit within the budget. And actually, we need to make sure that the budget, the invoices are even below. You always want to have contingencies. So you always want to have like some money left over in case something else pops up. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and also draft a statement of work. Once I determine that it does fit in, I'll draft a statement of work for all the vendors. Draft and send for vendors. Draft and send a statement of work for vendors. Okay. All right. This is medium. Okay. All right. And then begin to we need to now start most of the vendors after they sign off. So let's add this part. Sign off on statement of work. Still W. And then I don't think I added it. Okay, so after we have done the vendor. Okay. That's due on this date. They draft and send the statement of work to them. And then at this point, by this date, they have to bring it back and we need to sign on the SOW. And then after that, we start sending them their why is this name is their partial payments. So send out partial payments to get the work started. So send partial payments to vendors. So on that same day we do that. Boom. It's also dependent on them bringing back the SOW. Because no signed SOW, no payment. Okay, test drivers not started. Okay, and then okay, so now we're good on the payments. We sent out payments. We have everyone knows what they're doing. We'll schedule check-ins. Schedule check-ins with vendors. Make sure they're working together. They have no blockers. Blockers. Pretty much it. Chloe will do this. This point. Oh no, that's not a good day. It's not the date to looking for. All right, great. Okay, so the day now, cake tasting with stakeholders. Okay. All right. Medium. Let's let it started. It started. Not started. Okay. This will be done by Chloe. Yeah, it's important. Okay. And then location walkthrough. Walkthrough with the core stylist. All right. So I'm doing that. Okay. This should be done early enough. Right after we this should be done early enough just so the vendor knows what they need to do. So let me take a look at, yeah, we'll do this around this time. Pull it up. It needs to be done early enough because the vendor needs to know what the location looks like, what needs to go into it for them to be able to even draft their invoice. So this needs to pull up a lot more. All right, so you come here, you pull it up. And that's it. Okay. So now, event day, right? Review day of party logistics with Chloe. Chloe. The party is on the 11th, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not started. Okay. Coordinate. So Chloe and I will be doing this together. Coordinate with all the vendors. And this means that we're ensuring that everyone is on time. On time. And delivering what was promised or agreed upon. Okay. Great. All of this is May 11th. Okay. So I want to start it. So party is over. Or what's required? Ensure all the guests leave. Vendors break down equipment and tools. Tools will be the last individuals to leave. So vendors break down equipment and tools. What else? What else? They break down the equipment and tools. What else? So yeah, basically ensure everyone leaves. Make sure everyone leaves before you leave. Okay, and then the next day, this is May 11th once again. And then have a retrospective, conduct a retrospective meeting with stakeholders, really being project sponsor and celebrant. Celebrant. Boom. And that's it. This is really what the project timeline should look like, right? And so let's take a look at what it looks like on the board, right? Okay. Initiation planning. Let's see what it looks like on the timeline. Ooh. Wow. Yeah, the Gantt chart. And then on the calendar, let's see. Yeah. Well, some of the days is busier. Yep. 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 Yes. Okay, there we go. Okay, so yes, so this is what it looks like. Well, let's see what it looks like on the dashboard. Okay, so it's showing we haven't completed any of the tasks yet. We have some incomplete tasks. We have um, upcoming completion time, all of that. So as the project is progressing, you see things begin to change here. And so, yeah, this is what we'll do in in Asana. Now we're going to go ahead and create a RAID log and a RACI as well to make sure that everyone knows their roles and responsibilities, and also that we're tracking all the decisions, all the actions, and then also any issues or risks that might come up. So that in case next time we're planning another birthday party, we just pick this up and we make sure that we're just going right along with it. And then if there any risks came up, we can say, okay, this might come up. Let's start working on it now, right? And have contingencies for it. All right, so we're done now. What I want us to do is to create a RAID log and a RACI for this project plan as well. So let me share the RAID log template that I have, okay? So now I go to File, make a copy, and then I just do Sweet 16 birthday RAID log. I save it in my drive. And most of the time in the drive, you want to also create a folder for the birthday. That way, when you're done, you just give the link of the folder to the stakeholders, and then they could have access to the project as well, the project documents. Okay, so I can go ahead and delete this. And then also, I can delete this. If this is your first time, you don't need to have, you can leave this and use it as an example for you as you are working through your first RAID log. But I don't need this. So I'll go ahead and just delete all of them. All right. Okay. So now, what is the first category? Decision. So we identify this decision. We'll say today. 29th, priority level, it's high, is the project budget. And then date and time. Birthday budget, right? The sponsors decided on a $10,000 budget. So that's a decision that was made. Signed to me, Marianne. The status is done, it's completed because it's closed. Yep. It was resolved today. Okay. The project budget. All right. So that's that for the budget. Another decision that was made was that the date of the party, May 11th. Date and location. Let's just do that. And location of the birthday party. Sponsors decided to have the birthday in their garden and picked a date of May 11th. Wonderful. Assigned to me is closed. All right. Another decision that was made was, but trying to see if it's an important one. That the we can just add the number, location, number of guests, dates, number of guests, and location. So number of guests is 50. Okay. Now let's move on to the risk. The risk, no, the first risk is weather related, right? Okay. Since the party will be outside, so there is a risk of rain or extreme heat. Okay. So that's ongoing, still in progress. So contingencies have to be made. Either party gets moved inside, or tents have to be available. Okay. Another risk is budget. Budget. Waiting on vendor invoices to determine if the project will stay under budget. What's in progress, what we'll do is that we're going to monitor the invoices and discuss with sponsors on things we can cut out if the invoices are over the allocated budget. All right. And then an assumption right now is that we would have perfect weather. All right. So, um, um, perfect weather. Okay. So we are assuming that since it's spring, the weather will be beautiful. It's mid-spring, will be beautiful, and there'll be no rain. Be no rain. Okay. That's an assumption. We're just closing that. And then what's another assumption? We're also assuming that all the guests will RSVP in a timely manner. But we know. Okay. Or RSVP before the set date to allow for proper planning. I'll give this to Chloe since she's in charge of that. So in this case now, Chloe knows she needs to come and make an update or provide us with an update for the resolution or notes. So yes, this is like a short copy of rate log. By the time the party is over, should be longer because there'll be more documented decisions. If any issues pops up, it'll also pop up here. So that's a rate, right? Now we are going to go ahead and create a racing. Okay. All right. I'm pretty sure I'm not sharing the right one. Let me see. Let me make sure. All right. Share this tab. All right. There you go. All right. Birthday. Oh. Ooh, why is this taking so long? Come on. It's taking too long. Oh, why did it stop sharing? Okay. Let me do this now. Ready. Ooh. Let's see. Read. It's strange. It's taking a while to load. Okay, let's see. Okay, perfect. All right, so I will go ahead and delete all of this. Not the days. And just an FYI, in all of the the raid the RACI, you have all of these responsible, in charge. You have what it the meaning. So you can just refer to it as you need it. All right. So here we'll be doing we'll you're able to make changes to it based on your project, right? So the core planning, in this case, vendor booking. Let's see, RSVP tracking. What else? It doesn't have to be everything. That's one of the things that you have to bear in mind. It doesn't have to be everything. Say event coordination. And then let's see, RSVP tracking. And then budget. Right? I'm taking the communication off. All right, so these are the people. So project manager, just me. Project coordinator, which is Chloe. Food vendor, ice cream vendor, cake vendor, let's see, who else? Cake, ice cream, food, music. Who else? The core vendor. Let's see. Oh no, we don't need training. All right, wonderful. So for decor planning, the first email address, I'm not going to put any email address, and we obviously know what we're all responsible for, but for the purpose of this, I'll just put this in here. Overall event coordination. And then here, who is assisting event coordination, responsible for food, ice cream, cake, music, decor. Okay, so for decor planning, we are just informed, right? Everyone here is informed, except of course the who is this? Okay. Informed. A second. Okay, where am I? Okay, so cake. Well, actually, because we are the event coordinator, event planner, all of that, we are in this case accountable. Responsible, right? We're not the ones who's going to do the work. We're just responsible for making sure that it's done. But the decor stylist is accountable, right? Then vendor booking is on us. So we are accountable. The two of us typically they I'll say consulted, right? Because I'm going to be consulting with her. Typically one person has to be responsible for something. So you can't have two accountables. So I'll say that Chloe, who is the project coordinator who's working on the bookings with me, will be consulted on this. And then everyone else, let's see, would I be working, will they be informed, or will they be they'll all be informed, right? Yeah, they will all be informed. They'll all be informed. Yes, they'll all be informed. I was just trying to think through my mind. They'll all be informed about it. They will not be. Let me think about this some more. As vendors for the bookings, we're going to them to book. So will they be actually I'm making the project coordinator responsible because she's going to make sure that the work is actually being done or completed. So she will be responsible. But in terms of the the bookings, I'll be consulting with them because we're consulting on the dates and everything like that. So yes. So I hope I changed it. Okay, wonderful. To make things easier, there should be a drop down. I thought I created it to be a drop down. Okay, well, yes. Now, RSVP tracking, excuse me, is again here. I'm accountable. Let me just do accountable. Accountable and then responsible. Right. And then I don't even know if I would inform them, but informed for, okay, we'll let them know this is the number of people, prepare for this amount of people. Yes. So again, here, I'm accountable. And then the project coordinator is responsible since she'll be working with me. And everyone else is informed. All right. So Again, the last thing, event coordination. Boom. Okay. And then that's pretty much it. You can use any title that you want, right? As in these fields, you can choose whichever one that you so you're interested in making sure that the roles and the responsibilities are clear. But this is really how a RACI works. Just sometimes you have to think about it a little bit more to see where someone or where a stakeholder falls. So yeah, this is a full project plan, RACI, project charter, and an array log. Because the project has quote unquote, first of all, because that is fictitious, we didn't have some of the details, and then because the project hasn't started, again, you don't have all the details. So yeah, but this is an example of a simple project using a birthday party. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions. We can address them during the weekly coaching sessions as well. Are you aspiring to enter the world of project management, but you're feeling lost on where to start? Let me guide you through every step of the journey, from crafting a standout resume and finding the perfect roles to mastering interview techniques and negotiating an ideal salary. I've got you covered on all of that. Plus, I'll be sending you job alerts twice every week. I'll also ensure that your LinkedIn profile shines bright, drawing recruiters to you like a magnet. With my expert guidance, you'll be well equipped to excel in the competitive field of project management. So don't wait. Go to www.pathwaystopm.com/coaching today.